Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Friday, May 2nd, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. In currency markets, the greenback showed mixed performance. Notable strength was seen against the Japanese yen, rising 1.18 points with significant volatility. The US dollar maintained a 4-day upward streak against both the euro and sterling. Year-to-date returns show broad weakness in the US dollar, declining 8.4% against the euro and 5.7% versus the pound. The most significant decline has been against the Swiss franc, down 8.9% since the start of the year. The US dollar experienced notable declines against Asian currencies, falling 0.74% versus the offshore yuan and 0.72% against the Singapore dollar. Both currencies broke out from 3 days of sideways trading, showing strong downward momentum. Weekly performance metrics show the US dollar declining broadly, with the largest weekly drop of 1.15% against the Singapore dollar. The greenback has also weakened 1.03% against the offshore yuan over the same period.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Taiwan leads with a 6.5% gain, marking its 9th consecutive up day amid strong upward volatility. South Korea and Denmark each rose 3.7%, showing strong positive trends. China broke upward after 5 flat days, gaining 3.5%. Weekly returns show Taiwan leading with a nearly 10% gain, averaging 1.9% daily. Denmark follows with a 6.3% weekly return. Year-to-date, Sweden stands out with a 19.3% gain, while China and South Korea both up over 13%. Among the slower-moving global ETFs, Austria broke upward from 3 days of consolidation, while Chile, Brazil, and Mexico all remain in sideways movement, despite maintaining strong positive trends. India showed modest gains with continued upward momentum. Despite recent sideways movement, year-to-date returns remain robust, with Austria up 27.2%, Chile gaining 25.2%, and Mexico advancing 21.6%. Brazil has risen 20.5%, while India shows more modest gains of 2.4%.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures ended at 3,248.60, gaining 26.40. Silver futures closed at 32.20, down for the 3rd consecutive day. Copper and aluminum both rose, with aluminum showing a 2.1% gain. Palladium broke upward after 4 flat days. Notable year-to-date returns show gold leading with a 23% gain, while copper follows at 16.6%. Aluminum has struggled, down 7% this year. Palladium and silver show modest gains around 5–10%. In energy markets, Brent crude and crude oil futures both declined amid strong downward trends. Natural gas surged 5.4%. Heating oil hit an all-time low close, while gasoline dropped 1.2%. Year-to-date performance shows energy markets struggling, with crude oil down 18.5% and Brent falling 17.7%. Natural gas shows the week's strongest performance, up nearly 25%. Heating oil continues its downward trend, off 13.9% this year. Live cattle and feeder cattle both reached new all-time highs. Lean hogs fell 5.3%, marking 5 consecutive down days. Class 2, milk rose for the 5th straight session, while corn declined 1.5%. Year-to-date returns show strength in livestock, with lean hogs up 14.3% and feeder cattle gaining 12.9%. Live cattle has risen 10.3%. Class 2, milk remains the outlier, down 9.3% this year. In grains, wheat bounced 2.6%, despite its strong negative trend. Soybean futures broke upward after 3 flat days. Oats fell for a 4th consecutive session. Rough rice remained flat for a 4th day. Year-to-date grain performance shows soybeans leading with a 4.7% gain. Oats and corn show modest gains around 2%. Wheat is down 3.2%, while rough rice has fallen 8.1%. Soft commodities showed mixed performance today. Cotton futures led gains, rising 4.1% to 68.36. Orange juice experienced the largest decline, dropping 4.4% after breaking downward from 3 days of consolidation. Cocoa continued its upward movement, gaining 1.9% to 8,914. Year-to-date returns show significant divergence in the soft commodities sector. Coffee futures leads with a positive return of 196%, while orange juice has declined 48%. Cocoa shows a minus 23% return, with particularly weak week-to-date performance of minus 5%.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.